guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Today is Friday. This evening is the start of the weekend. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 8:39 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Friday, December 9th.
And Alexa, what's the weather like in Rochester?
In Rochester, England, it's -2 degrees Celsius with fog. Today, you can expect mostly sunny weather, with a high of 2 degrees and a low of -3 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
A jump lead walks into a bar and asks for a beer. The barman says, "Okay, but don't start anything."
Alexa, can you tell me a fact?
The current US flag, with 50 stars, was designed by a high school student in 1958. He got a B-.
Wow. So guys, I've just hopped in and out of the shower quick because it is -2 degrees, and I got up this morning, jumped and hopped into the shower and hopped out again because I was cold. And even when you've got heat, you turn heating on, it takes a while to go around the whole flat, and this flat is quite big, so I was hopping up and down, in and out the shower as quick as I could. So I've had a shower this morning and I made myself a cup of coffee before I went in the shower to warm myself up. And another way to warm yourself up is drinking soup. I remember when I was working at GEC Avionics in Rochester, Airport Works Rochester, and that is where Curry's is. Around there, back of there, Curry's. And I used to walk from 55 Victoria Road, Chatham, to Airport Works Rochester. And one year the snow was up to your knees. The snow was up to your knees, right? I can't drive, right? My dad, I think he must have been at work or in London. He'd got to work in his car because he was still working in London on and off. So basically, the snow was up to my knees, and the only way I could get to work was to walk. Right, walk. I was about 16, 17 years old, right? So I didn't have a bike, I didn't drive a car, there was no buses running. So I rang my work up and I said, I don't think I can get into work today because the snow is knee high and I haven't got any transport. So the lady in the office said, well, I got to work and several other people have got to work, so I'm afraid if you don't get to work, you're going to get your pay deducted. So I walked to work through the heavy snow, and then I walked back, and you know that during the day it melts and the roads get icy and the pavements. I walked to work and I walked back to Victoria Road. I was an assistant in the library working for the draftsman. I also was a photocopier operator. So I would photograph the draftsman's photocopy the draftsman's plans, because they were plans for aeroplanes. So I worked for the draftsmen. They would come to the hatch with their airplane drafts, and I would photocopy them for them. I would also photocopy pieces of like chapters in books for them or pages. So they would leave there would be an inbox and an outbox. So in the inbox would be what they wanted photocopied, and then I would photocopy it and then put it in the out tray, and they would look, being like in a little brown envelope. Do you remember the little brown envelopes with the holes in? That's what I was when I lived down here years ago. 1986, 1985, I was working in the library department of GEC Avionics, photocopy and draftsman's plans, and so I, that was a fairly good job for a while. But even back in those days, they used to stop your pay if you didn't get to work, even if it was snowing. So I do know what it feels like. Right, so yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I took Max out for a walk in the morning. I didn't take Max out in the afternoon because I was waiting in for a Tesco delivery, and my shopping was due between 3 and 4 in the afternoon. I usually take Max out about 2, but sometimes the Tesco's drivers try and come early. So I waited in, and the Tesco driver didn't arrive till nearly 4 o'clock. And by that time it was getting dark, it was freezing cold, and I didn't want to take Max out like that. So I took in the shopping delivery and I put it away slowly, and then I waited till later on to take Max out for a walk. So the Tesco delivery driver rang the buzzer. I went downstairs and there was a man waiting by the back entrance, a man that looked like my dentist, Dr. Lupin. He was stood by the back entrance to the flats. I went downstairs and I let the Tesco guy into the lift. I came up the stairs, came into my flat. It was a very, very nice Tesco delivery driver. Very nice, polite. He lifted up one of the trays for me because I am an older woman and it, my legs and my hands hurt at the moment. Had a chat, and then I put the stuff away, and the Tesco's give you a photocopied or printed receipt. So they give you a printed receipt. Tesco's do. So Alexa, where am I?
You're at 7 Coys Road, Flat 5, Biggs Apartments in Rochester, Kent.
So this delivery came to me in Rochester, and the only thing they didn't have was Pro Formula sensitive toothpaste. Pro Formula sensitive toothpaste. They had Scotch eggs this time, so I got 2 Scotch eggs, and I got some chicken breasts, onion barges, and I got some tinned rice and bits and pieces. Not a huge amount of shopping, but I got enough to last me, I would say, a couple of weeks. I got cat food, toilet rolls, yuzus, and my coffee and some tuna chunks. And I got one thing towards Christmas, and that was a Tesco Yule log. I'm living by myself. I don't see why I should get a great big turkey and all that kind of thing when I live on my own. Right? I live by myself, and it all, even a little bit of food like that goes to waste because I can't eat it all. I'm living by myself, so I don't need to get extensive amounts of shopping. I'm going to cook the onion barges this afternoon, so we'll go through what these onion barges taste like. I also got Tesco party balloons. I love my balloons. I needed a sensitive toothpaste because my teeth hurt, especially in the winter and the cold weather. So I had to have my Sensodyne sensitive toothpaste. I was a bit disappointed because I know I needed the toothpaste. So I thought, I don't want to go anywhere else, I'll have to go to the Co-op. So after the Tesco guy drove the Tesco van, and it was parked at Ines Apartments, it wasn't parked near my flat, so he parked outside Ines Apartments because there was a space there. And I went out and I got some toothpaste. I opened my mailbox and there was that Christmas card from my mum. So my mum had sent me a Christmas card, and it's got Santa Claus on the front. Santa. So my mum sent me this Christmas card, which I got. And inside it says, to Genestra. She hasn't put Crystal. She's put, to Genestra, have a good Christmas, Mum. Christmas 2022. And my name is Crystal. So she's put, to Genestra, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Mum, and have a good Christmas. And this Christmas I'm probably going to be by myself, on my own. Why? Because my son hasn't got his car anymore. He lives up in London. The rest of my family are in Gloucestershire, including the son that was adopted in 2008 and I haven't seen in quite a long time. Nobody comes down to see me, and to get up to Gloucestershire, the train fare is phenomenal. I can't do it. I can't afford a train fare to Gloucestershire. Alexa, how much is a train fare from Gloucester to Rochester?
I don't know that.
Well, it's usually getting on towards £100, and £100 out of someone's benefit is shocking. I wouldn't even be able to find somewhere to stay. So £100 train fare. Then you're looking at a hotel room, which is, nowadays is nearly £100 in itself. Because I won't get put up anywhere. If I went to visit, I wouldn't be able to stay anywhere because that's what it's like. So I can't afford to see my family in Gloucestershire. So I'm when my other son doesn't come and see me, I'm completely on my own, apart from my mum, Jennifer. So it's not that I don't love my family, I can't afford to see them. I can't afford it. You've got to remember, I came from Gloucestershire to Chatham in 2008 to see my parents, thinking that they would help me get my son back. And I ended up down here for over 12 years when I only meant to stay for 2 weeks to sort my flat out in Gloucestershire so I could go back up there. But I wasn't helped and I wasn't given the support I needed, so I was left down here and I had to leave all my family behind. When I didn't want to do that, I must reiterate that, I didn't want to stay down here. I wanted to go back to Gloucestershire where my children were. But because I was failed with support and care, and my parents didn't help me get back home, I have stayed for over 12 years without properly seeing half of my family that's in Gloucester. And I'm not a misery, moany old cow, like my dad called me. I'm just being honest, okay? Honest is not moaning. And I'm not complaining. I have been without my family for over 12 years. It doesn't mean I'm complaining, I'm just stating the truth. See you later.